and Kristen trying to write a book. Wordsmith at work.
So I found your video and I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, it gives me like so much just pain, so much pain, because I actually think it's a pretty good idea. I hate that. Oh God, Beth. Okay, sorry, I had to get that out of my system a little bit before I could continue. Yeah, so here's the thing. I kind of like this idea and I hate that so much. Um, and I especially really hate how you knew exactly how to pitch this idea to me so that it would appeal to me. That's infuriating and it cannot stand, frankly. Because the only way that I could possibly want to write a book right now is to do it with you and to do it as a way to kind of show people a peek behind the curtain because um yeah, so I haven't written like barely a word in about 4 years. Um and it's not for a lack of trying. Um I've sat down several times to start writing again and it just hasn't happened. And the reason I keep trying is because we do still run these retreats that I love. And every time I'm there, I'm so excited and inspired by all the writers that we're spending time with and watching their skills grow and watching them, make these career milestones and just talking about stories with people who care about stories as much as I do. It always makes me want to write again. And then I try to, and I run into all the same problems that I've been running into the last 4 years, which is that, I mean, fundamentally, it comes down to the fact that my mom died 4 years ago and it changed absolutely everything in my life. And I'm still working on digging myself out of that hole. And I have not had the kind of peace and quiet in my head that I've needed in the past to write. Um, and I've just not had the will or the fire to do it because I've just been so sad. And part of me can't conceive of writing a book that my mom won't read. Uh, so, whenever I sit down to write, that comes to me. And then all the memories of what my publishing experiences were like come to me, and it just feels like too much and I don't want to do it. And the truth is my years in publishing, although I had some extremely amazing highs and I had some really great times, overall, I would say I found the experience quite lonely. Because you're writing a book on your own, then you're going through the publishing system, which at least I never felt particularly supported in my publishing journey, aside from my extremely excellent agent who is amazing. I never had a serious editor relationship. I was always changing houses. I was always getting kind of screwed over, frankly. and and also I felt like I was writing these words and like laboring over them and crafting these stories that I loved and sending them out into the world. And then there's nothing. There's silence. You maybe you maybe get an email or a tweet or something from a reader every now and then. But for the most part, you put your story out into the world and you're like, did you like it? Did you like that couple that I created? Were you surprised by that plot twist? You never know. And I was just, I don't know, I was not prepared for um, getting nothing but silence in return for my work, and how much that would affect me. Um, so yeah, from the writing to the publishing to the post-publishing, I just found it a pretty lonely endeavor. And um and I think the reason I've continued to even try to write is because we have this amazing community of writers with Wordsmith. And I can't give up that community, and I can't give up all these wonderful people. And so I keep wanting to be a part of it, but without actually doing the work. And writing a book with you and getting to have a partner in that process, and someone to bounce ideas off of, and someone to share the highs and lows, that just sounds so much more appealing to me. Um, and also, the idea of showing writers what it's really like behind the scenes. That's one of the things, again, that I love the most about our retreats, is that we are brutally honest with everyone who comes to our retreats about our experiences and the experiences we've seen other people have, because we want to prepare writers to be working authors. That's like our number one goal. And part of that is a big part of that, I think, is telling them everything that we wish we had known before we ended up where we did. It's like, here, we want you to be prepared for what's coming. We want you to, to know, so that you can just be as productive and as happy as possible in this career, if that's what you want. Um, and so the idea of taking that even further, and showing us kind of what we're going through and what we're doing in real time, is super appealing to me. And I think that transparency is really missing in the publishing world, because for very many good reasons, that I don't give a damn about anymore. I don't care if I get blackballed by the publishing industry because I say something or whatever. And that's kind of a beautiful place to be. So those things strongly appeal to me. Creating something with someone who I love and respect is super appealing. Pulling back the curtain, super appealing. Finding a way to engage again with writing and publishing in a way that feels maybe more healthy and sustainable for me, very appealing. The unappealing part is I have to sit and write a book, which I don't even know if I know how to do anymore, because it's been such a long time. But then part of me is like, maybe that's also like a really like an upside too, because we've got you, who's the extremely seasoned professional who approaches writing and publishing with such a incisive and logical and strategic mind that I really respect and envy. Having someone like you walking someone like me, who is a bundle of neuroses and sensitivities and insecurities, through the process of getting back on my feet as a writer and rediscovering how to write, I think could be really interesting. And I hate that. Oh, God. Oh. But I think I'm saying yes. Yeah. Yep. Fuck it. Let's do it.